Hello everybody. So I am getting ready to do session 3 for Shannon Green's Journaling by Fives, and today it is pattern, and Shannon suggests using stamps or stencils, things like that, to create some pattern on your page. So I pulled out a few stamps that I'm gonna use, and this is going to be very good for me because I usually don't think to stamp in my art journals, so I'm glad to be challenged to try to use something different that I'm not used to using. And I'm going to use, I pulled out just 3 different inks. I was going to use black, but I changed my mind, decided to use some color because I'm going to use some black, something else black. But these are the, excuse me, these are the colors that I'm going to use, and I'm just going to set them to the side, and I've got the stamps. I'm going to try to keep the stamps beside them that I'm going to use with that color, because I don't want to use, you know, I don't want to roll this in this red and then roll it in this green, or it's going to mess up my stamp pad. So I'm going to try to keep the stamps beside the pad that I'm using with, just so that I don't ruin my stamp pad. Then I'm going to use a few stencils. Part of this challenge is to only use 10 separate products. So since I already did use some color sprays here, for my stencils I cannot use color sprays because I've already used that product before. So I decided to grab my airbrush paint. I have a green too. I got these at Blick's, and I use them to drip down the side of a journal. They're very, very opaque, and I also mix them with water and use them as a spray. So I'm hoping that that counts. I mean, it's still a spray, but it's not the same medium. So this is actually airbrush color. This is not acrylic ink or you know, it's not a color spray, so I am using a different product. So I'm actually just going to mix, oops, sorry, I've got things kind of pushed around here. I'm just going to mix some of this with some water in here and use that as a spray. I've got some paper sacks kind of up around to try to help protect things behind here. I've got a corkboard right behind, right on the wall here that's right in front of me, and so I kind of have this paper sack up hoping to catch some of the spray from spraying. Excuse me. And that's it. That's all that I'm using. Over here on the side I've got some deli paper just to lay these on, and then I've got another paper sack just to kind of help protect my table. And I think that is it. I'll tell you, I'm going to do this one in 15 minutes, and that's it. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So I am determined to do this in 15 minutes, and I'm hoping I know that I can. So let's get started, and let's see what this looks like when we're done. Alright, well, I did great. I videotaped this, and I was going through and was trying to clean a couple of things off of my memory card so I had enough time to talk to you now, and I deleted everything that I just did. So, and it figures, because you know what? I actually did this session in 8 minutes and 45 seconds. So the one time that I did good and did awesome and got it under 15 minutes, I deleted it. So hopefully you'll believe my phone here. Excuse me. Because I did it. I got it in 15 minutes, and you know what? I did really good. Actually, I got it in 8 minutes. So I definitely did a whole lot better this time. I used the sprays and stamps that I showed you. I didn't think about it. I grabbed what was beside me. And the biggest thing is that you know, I sprayed it and moved on, sprayed it, moved on, sprayed it, moved on, or stamped and moved on. Sometimes I just stamped, sometimes I just sprayed, sometimes I did both. I just did whatever and I moved on. I definitely did not feel the stress and the anxiety while doing this as I did yesterday and the day before, as far as with the time restraint. I think going into this I felt a little bit more confident in myself that I would be able to get through this, and that, you know, that just thinking, you know, this is not completing a page. And I think that's my biggest hurdle in all this is this whole process is not meant to totally complete a page. After I'm done with all this, I have a great starting ground to add on to if I want to, and if I don't want to, I don't have to. But just getting over that this is not the end all be all of this page. I did a lot better with that today. So, you know, I'd stamp and go, spray and go. Having everything set out beside me as far as that helped, just because I knew that this was going to be messy with the sprays. So I'm glad that I had the paper up around, and so I didn't have to worry about damaging anything around me or spraying something that I didn't want to get sprayed. I just did it and moved on. So I apologize for accidentally deleting all of that, but here are the pages that I got done, and I'm really enjoying watching these grow each day into some, you know, they're changing each day just by little by little. I only dried a couple of pages. The pink airbrush paint did not work as well for me as the golden always has, as far as the airbrush paint, mixing it with water. It was a different brand, and I had not used the pink, that brand of airbrush paint before, thinned with water in a spray bottle. It wasn't as dark as I wanted it to be, but I like it not being super dark. And it did on some places. Excuse me. I've got my lemon, honey, ginger, warm water here. I did, in a couple places, just pop it with the heat gun really quick, but I didn't sit there and dry. That's one reason why I like using the airbrush paint thin with water, is that it dries really quick. And, you know, just the stamps, I just stamped and went. Actually, when I was doing it, I accidentally missed this page, so before I wanted to talk to you now, I went through and made sure that the sprays were dry. I just went through them with the heat gun really quick and discovered that I had missed this page. So I just grabbed the first stamp pad that was in my drawer and a stamp, and stamped it really quick, and that was that. So I can't believe that I deleted that, but hey, yesterday was kind of a long video, so today it's not going to be as long as of a video for sure. But that's where we are as far as the end of session 3. So now session 4 is words, excuse me, words and a focal image. So what I'm going to do is, I was going to use cutout catalog pages. Let me grab some really quick. I was going to use some of these ladies out of this catalog for the 4th step, and I decided, excuse me, that I'm not going to, mainly because I would cut all these people out, of course, and have a big stack of them beside me, but it is difficult to glue down things like this quickly, and especially since this catalog is from 1962, so the paper is kind of delicate, and I don't want to tear these up. I don't want them to get ruined. So I decided for my focal images, turn to my trusty rose book that I love. So I am just going to cut out a bunch of roses and have them all trimmed up and ready to go, and just have a big stack of flowers that I will use on my pages. And I will cut out a few of these butterflies from this and have those ready. And then for my words, I've got my Sterilite little 3-drawer unit here. Actually all these on these top two are pretty much all cut out, so I'm just going to pull out a bunch of words, and I'll probably just throw them in a bowl. I'll have 2 bowls. I've got, just because I've got, these are phrases. This is more than one word. These are just single words. So actually I might just leave this like that, but I don't want to get those mixed up, just because then later on I'm going to have to sort them out, and that's like busy work that I don't have time for. So I'll do kind of like I did with my little paper that I did yesterday. I'll probably just put the words in these and use them like that. So I think that is it for today. Like I said, definitely a lot less stress today. I think I was a lot more confident going into this session today. I'm sure part of it is just because, you know, this is the 3rd day in a row that I've been doing this and working on this process. So I think I'm feeling a little bit better about all of it. Better about myself going through all of excuse me again, I'm so sorry. Better about myself, maybe more confident in myself in trying this. Once again, it's nothing with the program at all. It's me. It's, as far as any of the stumbling blocks that I'm having, it's me working through through me. I don't think it's like my not wanting to change the way that I do things. It's definitely just totally out of my comfort zone for sure. But I am so glad that I am doing this, and I tell you, I cannot wait to see these pages when I'm done with the fifth session. The 5th session is pen works, pencils, things like that. So excuse me. I think that's about it. This is probably my favorite page out of all of it, and it's the last page. And I know it's just because it's bright, it's in your face. And once again, I'm using a catalog type booklet. These pages were thick to start out with. I am not gluing any pages together. There are more than 20 pages in this book, so I just gessoed over 20 pages, and I'm only working on those 20 pages. And that way, later on, after I'm done with the journaling by 5s, I'll go through and add just, you know, journaling or whatever on the pages that I left. So, excuse me, I am struggling heavily with allergies and asthma these past few days, so I apologize for coughing. As soon as I start talking a lot, then it gets everything stirred up in my chest. So I think that is it. Be sure to go check Shannon Green's YouTube page. She's got all the videos that explain everything. There are tons of awesome ladies who are sharing their videos as well as they go through this process. There's so much out there of people sharing this, and it's really neat to see so many of us going through this at the same time, and everybody's experience with it has been a little bit different. Shannon did say today on the Facebook page that it's kind of like playing the game Perfection, and it is. It's totally like it is, because, you know, it's like you're trying to put the pieces down into the right holes, but you hear the little timer, you know, the little things turning around on the side, getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and it's going to ding, and everything's going to go like that. The part of that you're trying to break free from, of if this was a perfection game, was you're not supposed to try to put everything in the hole that it's supposed to go in. It's supposed to be random. It's supposed to be just go with it and do whatever happens. So I totally get what we're going for, and I know that part of me is fighting a lot of that, but I am really, really, really enjoying this whole process, and I hope that you guys try it too. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. I'm behind answering comments. I appreciate everyone who has left a comment and is supporting me on this and with what I'm sharing. And tomorrow is words and focal image. So I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.